Chuke's 10 millimeter extravaganza.
Welcome back to Chuke's 10 millimeter extravaganza. I have always wanted a Glock 29. This is the first one that I've had. Sadly, I didn't have it for that long, but no big surprise there. So you can already kind of tell who the winner was. But I've always wanted to compare the Glock 29 to the new Springfield, whatever, 3.8 Elite OSP 10 millimeter. Really, I want to try out the new Smith & Wesson because those things look sweet. If that Glock 19 compact size 10 millimeter is reliable, it's going to replace the Springfield because I'd rather support Smith & Wesson. That's a company I love compared to Springfield. But anyways, let's just get into it. Here is some footage of me comparing the two side by side, and then we'll go to the range. So let it roll. All right, here we have the two 10 millimeters. They're both clear within the mag. And as you can see, they are roughly the same shape. We have really similar length. So it looks like the looks like the Springfield is just barely longer. Very similar footprint. It's slightly larger. Like I said, it's more of a Glock 19 size than a 29. But as you can see, it's very similar. Definitely closer to the Glock 29 than the Glock 20. I was a little bit wrong about the grip. The 29 grip isn't that fat. It's a decent grip, but this one is definitely a little more rounded and fits my hand a little better. Obviously, I like the fact that it's got the optic on it, but really you can't badmouth a 29. This thing is so sweet. They're very close. They're very close. It's just the extra options that this has with the magwell and some ambidextrous controls and the optics plate. Stock sights are obviously better than the plastic sights on the 29. So, but I mean, this is still a good choice. All right, first up is the Glock 29. You can see sights are a little off, a little low and to the left. I don't know, maybe it's me. Chuck would probably say so. Next, Springfield XTM Elite 3.8. Turn on the red dot, shall we? See if I do better. Chuck said that he sighted in the red dot. Obviously, he didn't. Well, I'm kind of embarrassed about the shooting. People have been complimenting how far I've come with my shooting, and my grip and everything was a lot better. But I was jerking the trigger. I didn't take time to think about what I was doing and stop jerking the trigger. So both guns were shooting left and low because I was jerking the trigger, because I haven't been doing my dry fire practice like Do It Right has been telling me to do. So I really need to get back on that. But Chuck did a comparison video, and he didn't like the Springfield, but he got a tight bullseye group with the Springfield, and the Glock 29 was just like, inches wide. So I have no doubt that I also think he messed up the dot because it didn't seem, when I first shot it was better. But anyways, obviously with the dot, I think the Springfield is more accurate, but for me, it was kind of a wash. But I am really impressed with the Glock 29. It pained me to get rid of it. The only reason I got rid of it is because I just got a new revolver and I keep buying too many guns, and I already have some dedicated 10 millimeters. So I wouldn't mind getting another Glock 29. If the Gen 5s ever come out, I'm absolutely going to get a 29. One thing I didn't like about the 29 is without the pinky extension, even with my small hands, that last pinky just kind of sits on the corner and will kind of drop off. Whereas the new Springfield, you can use that mag and I can just barely have a full grip and my pinky stays on it. So that's better, but the Springfield didn't win by much. That Glock 29 is an awesome gun. If the Springfield OSP Elite won, it was just by a hair, and it was mainly just because it had the ability to have those different mags and the mag well and the optic plate. That's the only reason. It did come with some better sights right off the bat, and probably the biggest thing is I think Chuck is right that the Springfield has the traditional rifling versus octagonal rifling, and you are able to safely shoot, or not safely, but shoot without really fouling up the barrel really bad, hard cast lead. So that is huge, and that was one reason why Chuck said if it wasn't for their politics, if they would go out and apologize, he would buy one in a second, one of the Springfield 10 millimeters, because you can shoot hard cast lead. Now, people always tell me that they shoot hard cast lead out of their stock Glock 20 barrels, but I did it once and it seemed to mess my Glock up. I guess if you clean it really well with some special solvent right after, it's not a big of a deal, but I just don't mess with it. And I use, solid copper or jacketed, coated bullets in the Glock 10 millimeter. However, in the Springfield, Chuck and I agree that hard cast is better than solid copper. So I'm going to start carrying hard cast in that Springfield. So I do say the Springfield wins over the Glock 29 for the reasons I listed. But like I said, it's not by much. And if the new Smith & Wesson compact size 10 millimeter is reliable, I'm completely going to switch over to that, because the grip angle and just the way the barrel is on those Smith & Wesson M&Ps are better than Glock and Springfield in my mind. I just can't argue with that. But then we'll see if they're octagonal barrels too. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. We're going to keep making videos. And it's Chuke, your friend in the field.
My name is Chuke. I like to trade my guns just for fun, but now I have none. Oh, look, get shot by a bear, but I don't care. I got a 10 millimeter. Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Watch you almost die every time, guaranteed.